new calendar rolled over. We've passed go, and we've christened 2013. And after a flurry of holiday tournaments, the all-important regular season schedule looms dead ahead. But not before Access Sacramento, in association with Play On Sports, serves up another dynamite non-league battle. As the high-flying Christian Brothers Falcons zoom into East Sac to tangle with the St. Francis Troubadours. Tonight on the Hometown Sports Game of the Week. Good evening and welcome to Troubadours Gym on the campus of St. Francis High School for what we believe is an ideal early January matchup. With Randy Routier, I'm Will James, and what we've got here is one of the hottest brewing girls basketball rivalries in the Sacramento area. And two fiery head coaches that have a lot of similarities.
They do, and their teams reflect that. These teams will play 12 players each. They will run their subs in and out all night long. They want the pace to be frenetic. They want to kick it up. They want the other team not to relax, and they will press all over the court. They both play the same style, and it's basically going to be who can outstyle the other team.
Ron Gully's Christian Brothers Falcons come into play this evening with a 7-6 mark and presently ranked number 10 by the Sacramento Bee. His counterpart, veteran Vic Pitton, his Troubadours come in at 7-3 and ranked number 5. But both clubs stumbled their last time out. Let's take a look at the last outings for both squads.
Well, they may have stumbled, but the other thing these two teams and coaches have in common, they like to schedule the top non-league teams around to help them improve. And you see the results there. Both Kennedy and Archbishop Mitty, outstanding squads. No shame in losing those two teams. And also they came away with a lot of experience in those two games.
Just the week before, Christian Brothers had defeated Kennedy up at the Oak Ridge tournament, and in the loss to Mitty, Vic Pitton's Troubadours staged a dramatic and valiant second-half comeback to pull within 5 after trailing by more than 20. Both squads are going to have to rely heavily this evening on their impact players, and Ron Gully's Falcons flight leaders have to come through tonight on the road.
First of all, you got your senior guard, Anna Birch. She's the returning league MVP. She averages 5 points. She could score a lot more than that if she wanted to, and leads the team in rebounding. Alicia Gonzalez, a junior, averaging 11 points, 7 points, also 2.7 assists a game. And then sophomore, Kira McKechnie, leading the team with 16.3 points. She's tall, she's 6 foot, and she's very good.
As a result, Vic Pitton's Troubadours are going to have their hands full, and the Troubadours' big three have to counter those players.
Well, we talked about the pressure. So number 5, Rachel Frank, she's the senior guard. She will be counted on to settle the team down and provide some senior leadership. She's averaging 3.3 steals a game. And then Marissa Boris, she's averaging 11.5 points a game. St. Francis, they got a big 3, balance and scoring. And then Naja Queenland, number 30, she's a guard forward, averaging 11.8 points a game, 6.8 rebounds. She's got an all-around game.
And Troubadours fans looking for a big performance tonight from the former Sac High Flash. Well, we've got the table set up beautifully for you here at St. Francis High School on Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week. Don't wander off. When we come back, we'll check out starting lineups and then brace for tonight's opening tip-off when we return.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this. that strollers have the right of way on the sidewalk?
Yes. Yep, I did. Did you guys?
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you in one shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you in one shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you in one shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you in one shot.
Welcome back. Lots of energy in the house this evening here at St. Francis High School with Randy Routier. I'm Will James, and it's nice to have you with us for the hometown sports game of the week. It's St. Francis playing host to crosstown rival Christian Brothers, and the energy swirling around tonight's matchup has been generated from last year's tremendous ball game, Randy, over at Christian Brothers. The first ever victory for the Falcons over the Troubadours, an exciting overtime thriller, and that has really set up things nicely for tonight's clash.
Yeah, and as you see the crowd on hand here, totally sold out, not a ticket to be had. And I think that was spurred on by the game you mentioned last year. There you see it, and I mean, it is packed in here. The previous games, very exciting, right down to the wire. That's what we'll probably see in this game tonight, and it's going to be loud, and it's going to be exciting and enjoyable.
Well, new athletic director Mark McGreevy here at St. Francis told us that they pre-sold the allocated 1,200 tickets online, so this was a sellout before anybody even got to the building, and the energy inside here is just fantastic. Both coaches well know that it's a non-league game and really isn't going to have much impact on league standings, but certainly on power ratings. Let's take a look and see what the keys are for tonight's ball game, beginning with Christian Brothers head coach Ron Gully in his 6th year.
There you see it. Stay poised in this type of environment, especially remember they're not that far apart, but they are on the road, so they really have to stay together, win the rebounding battle. You can't play the up-tempo type of offense if you don't have the basketball. And then again, along with staying poised, handle the pressure, because they know that St. Francis is coming with that all-out pressure. They love to trap on the side and get the turnover, so they have to be able to handle that.
Well, Ron Gully's coaching counterpart, the veteran Victor Pitton, with 3 section titles under his belt, he's got some concerns of his own as far as keys in tonight's big matchup with Christian Brothers.
And they're kind of similar to Coach Gully's concerns. First of all, he needs to contain Birch. We told you she's the all-league, the MVP, all-league player from last season. She'll do whatever this team needs to do to win. Limit the Falcons' offensive rebound because he knows they'll get that fast pace going if they don't. and apply the constant defensive pressure, try to rattle the Falcons a little bit, slow them down, and then same thing, maintain composure, and that will be big throughout the night because the crowd is going to be in it, and on both sides. There's a lot of CB fans here as well. It's not just going to be a great home crowd, although there is a great home crowd here.
You can see there by our floor level camera, we're going to have capacity crowd this evening. And you made a good point there, though it is St. Francis Gym. There are so many Christian Brothers Falcons fans in attendance, it's going to neutralize some of that heavy impact that the home crowd generally has over the visitors.
Yeah, it's going to be great because you just sense, if it does turn out to be a defensive battle, a low score, that every basket will have the fans rising to their feet and raising the noise level in here. So, as I said, can't wait.
We mentioned where these two teams were in the local rankings. The Sacramento Bee had St. Francis as the number 5 team this week, and Christian Brothers at number 10. But it should be noted that Christian Brothers is a D3 ball club out of the Capital Valley League, while St. Francis is a Division I squad out of the tough Delta River League. So with that in mind, Christian Brothers is kind of looking at an underdog role tonight, but certainly capable of notching a W on the road.
Yeah, and I think with the ratings, especially in the early going, at least what I take from it is the respect that these two schools have by the media people that cover them. You know, that they're ranked so highly, that speaks very well of what both of these schools and these coaches are trying to do.
Both coaches have the utmost respect and admiration for each other, but when they're on opposite sides of that mid-court stripe, moving the chess pieces around, ooh-wee, it does get a little warm, and tonight's contest will be no exception to that. As we mentioned, 1,200 seats were pre-sold here. It's a sellout. So feel fortunate that you can get an excellent look here on Access Sacramento's hometown sports game of the week. And we're happy to be working in association with Play On Sports. Stay with us. When we come back, more to come from St. Francis High School as the Troubadours prepare to host the Christian Brothers Falcons.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP. We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
The anticipation is building here at St. Francis High School for the start of tonight's girls basketball premier matchup, visiting Christian Brothers to take on St. Francis High School. I'm Will James along with Randy Routier, and we're certainly anticipating an excellent skirmish between these two highly competitive ball clubs, and perhaps the biggest single individual factor in tonight's game is the return of point guard Neil Valmoris for Christian Brothers.
It will be really interesting. She has been out. She's missed 7 games because of a concussion, and she was the main ball handler for the Falcons until she got hurt and had to sit out. She should be a big factor. Keep an eye on number 0.
Well, we're just about ready for our tip-off, but a little bit of ceremonial activity to occur first. A couple of St. Francis student body officers, the spirit coordinator Aaron Jarvis and rally coordinator Vinnie Johnson will lead a pregame prayer followed by our national anthem.
So let us remember. Dear Lord, thank you for the opportunity to
Give students both the strength and energy to play to the best of their abilities with sportsmanship under your guidance.
For the players, protect them as they give their all to play safe and fair. In your name we pray. St. John Baptist Day South.
St. Francis of Assisi.
And Jesus in our hearts.
Amen.
And now it'll be Selena Shannon, a junior here at St. Francis High School, who will sing the Star Spangled Banner.
Please rise and remove any headwear that you have on this evening while St. Francis High School junior Selena Shannon sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see diamonds on the light? What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets trembling, the most bursting gave proof through the night that our blood was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Selena Shannon of St. Francis High School, a beautiful job, a cappella, singing one of the most difficult pieces
Once again, ladies and gentlemen,
anybody
welcome
could attempt.
to St. Francis High School.
Here we are at St. Francis High, hometown sports game of the week. It's a Friday night special with Randy Routier. I'm Will James, and that is Victor Pitton, the veteran head coach of St. Francis High. His counterpart, Ron Gully of Christian Brothers. Let's go ahead and take a look at our starting lineups this evening. And we'll begin with the visitors, and that is one of the big keys tonight. Randy Routier, do the honors.
Here we go. Number 0, Neil Valmorez. She's been out, and she will be running the point, running everything. Can't wait to see her in action. Serena Munoz, number 3. Or that's Anna Birch, I'm sorry, that came out for Christian Brothers. And
guard for Christian Brothers, number 10,
Alicia Gonzalez, the fine junior, and leading scorer, Kira McKechnie, at the post.
Also a senior, number 10,
An outstanding ball club, but as Ron Gully said, certainly not the same without Val Morris in there. Falcons come in at 7-6 out of the Capital Valley League. Coming off 2 consecutive losses at the West Coast Jamboree, trying to get off the schneid tonight against St. Francis. Let's take a look at the Troubadours starting lineup. For Victor Pitton's 7-3 squad, sophomore point guard Susie Rogers is on the spot tonight against the veteran Val Morris. Let's keep an eye on that matchup. Veteran Rachel Frank will have to stabilize that backcourt. Boris Naja Queenland will handle the scoring load, and 6-foot post Liz Mannering in the paint. our game officials tonight that will try to keep up with what we would consider a frenetic tempo, up and down all night. Referee Courtney Mack from the NCOA working with Jamie Stowell. Packed house tonight in the neighborhood of 1,200 plus, full capacity, according to Athletic Director Mark McGreevy. Mannering versus McKechnie in the center jump circle, and we're ready to rock. Tapped by McKechnie, but bobbled around, and McKechnie picks it up, so the visiting Falcons' first possession. Well, the entry pass from Valmoras a little off target, but McKechnie just learned a lesson right there. And it was Boris with the defensive assignment on Valmoras to start the game. Rogers defended by Valmoras. Frank to the cutter, a layup missed. Mannering puts it back. Up the floor, a travel on McKechnie to nullify the opportunity.
And right there in the early going, I think that's what we'll see the entire evening. You turn your head and a person's behind you.
Frank beat the press. Jump hook, wobbles out, rebound, McKechnie. Wow, nice defensive effort by Queensland. Right. It's a turnover, two of them now on the Falcons. Bank shot knocked home. Beautiful job, Susie Rogers, and a quick 4-0 St. Francis lead. Transition, and McKechnie has the bucket. She draws a foul. Good looking sophomore right there. Another look.
Inside quick to Susie Rogers. She gets the basket. And then right down to the other end, the counter does Christian Brothers.
So Kira McKechnie doing a marvelous job for Ron Gully's ball club. In his words, a bit of a surprise at how inconspicuously she has come on strong because she's such a good athlete. She flunks the free throw and Queensland rebounds. Full speed, Queensland misses the drive and McKechnie rebounds, but she's tied up by Queensland.
There you see the athletic ability of Queensland all the way down. She goes the full length of the court, and she just short-armed the layup that time, or that would have been two, but she's got a lot of talent.
Nice to have you with us. In case you've just dropped in, we've played a minute here at St. Francis, a 4-2 Troubadours lead over crosstown rival Christian Brothers. Frank left open, misses the baseline J, and Boris has her follow-up blocked by McKechnie. Valmoras take it strong and draws a foul from Boris.
Outstanding job by Valmoras that time. Looked like she was going to dish it off to the right side over to the wing. Queensland went for it, and then she went up for the layup. Already, I think, she has made her presence known. The first pass she threw could have been a lay-in as well. So she's running the break very well.
You're looking at a 4-year varsity standout right there for Ron Gully's ball club. She and Birch share that distinction. And boy, she was sorely missed for 7 consecutive games. And her pair of free throws ties the ball game at 4-all. Boris. Drive on Gonzalez, who ties her up. And on the alternating possession, the Falcons have it. I like to call those a St. Francis turnover. You'll see this extended pressure applied all night. Valmoras trying to get around Boris. Bounce it ahead to Birch. Gonzalez feed low. McKechnie, yes. Beautiful execution by Gonzalez.
Tough to do it any better than that.
Christian Brothers first lead at 6-4. Morris wide open, yes. Marissa Boris, soft touch, has her first bucket. Now Morris to Gonzalez, break the press, 2-on-1, feed low, McKechnie again.
Oh.
Wow, another foul.
And that's the previous one, over to the left side. Then they'll come back and hit her on the right side. Coach Goley has to like this great start by McKechnie.
Third team foul on St. Francis, first on Queensland, and McKechnie again misses the free throw. But it's an 8-6 Falcons lead. Birch called for a foul, the careless type, her first. It's a good look up along that St. Francis bench. 8-6 Christian Brothers, already heavy tension here after 2+ minutes of play. Queensland now to Frank, 1-on-3, a kick out and a long Morris jumper misses, and Birch has it. The leading rebounder in this ball club. Just 5'6". Drives and gets bumped by Frank, no call. Abby Dow, her outlet broken up, and here's a return steal by Frank. Queensland, foul line J, all glass. Both teams feeling the early adrenaline here in this action-packed setting with a huge crowd on hand here at St. Francis. Foul, Morris misses the drive. McKechnie bobbles out of bounds. Substitutions in for St. Francis. Barazi in, point guard number 3. Both of them are in. Two sisters, Ashley and Beverly. Dow, a kick out. Ashley, a jumper, a long miss. And Queensland tracks it down. Here's Boris, fouled underneath on a hard bump by Christian Brothers substitute Dominique McNeely. So Boris, a good hand up there normally to the stripe, trying to chip away the 2-point deficit, and stumbles number 1. Missed them both. McNeely bobbles, but Birch comes up with it. Birch quickly nearly travels. Heavy perimeter pressure. Down the slot, a tough luck layup missed by Munoz. St. Francis with the Rockets, Queensland. She lost it. Lead pass for Birch. Jump stop and a miss. All the Falcons rebounding, and Birch puts it back in.
Good job by Birch that time staying with it. Frustrated she missed the first one. Really the easier one. Came back with the follow-up.
A breakup. Birch with the quick hands. It leads to a turnover. Lead for Gonzalez. Got it.
Timeout, St. Francis. That's their first. It's a full timeout.
The Troubadours call a full timeout, and we'll step back and take a breath ourselves and come right back to Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
one match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you in one shot this.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total
Here's Christian Brothers on the move with Alicia Gonzalez hitting the bucket. A 6-0 run by the visiting Falcons have propelled them now into the 6-point cushion as Queenland comes up the floor with better than 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Kyle Wazee, it's Beverly. Stepped out of bounds and apparently, wait a minute.
Blocking, I think they called on the baseline.
Wow, they're going to call McNeely for her second foul. And she's going to come out of the game in favor of McKechnie. Inbound to Queenland. Banked home sweep. So one-on-one pressure. Frank defending Valmores. They double her. She flips out of trouble. Tapped ahead by Dow, but run down by Gonzalez. A foul committed by Abby Dow.
There's Queenland. Goes outside, then jumps back inside, banks it home. She has to have a good game tonight for St. Francis to win.
Substitution, St. Francis back on starting guard Susie Rogers as Queenland sits down. Val Morris again defended solo by Frank. Pressure up the floor. A lot of arm checking, and her runner is missed, but she draws the foul from Frank. They have been jostling all night long.
Coach Pitton there. And both of these coaches probably will work the refs. That's what you have to do. But that, you see out front how tough that is to call it. Val Morris is really throwing her elbow out there, but also the defender is always pressing up against her. So it's really a hard call to make.
Substitution, Birch re-enters the contest as Washburn sits down. And so far, Val Morris has been perfect from the stripe this evening. 3 out of 3 before that miss. 13-8, Christian Brothers. Up the floor to Dow, tapped away loose, and a tie-up. So the possession arrow pointing to St. Francis to prevent a turnover. We see Ron Gully up off that Falcon bench. He's done a beautiful job with this Christian Brothers squad the last few years. Liz Mannering in, Dow out for St. Francis. Rogers to Boris. Up for the board Queenland, but Birch has it. Long lead, Valmores fouled by Boris.
Well, Val Morris, after she went up for that shot along the baseline, limping slightly. And, you know, she hasn't played a lot, so that's always going to be a concern.
After hitting 3 in a row, she's missed 2. Kyle Wazee back in. That would be Beverly for St. Francis. With 2:29 left, late first quarter. Missed them both. So she hit 3 in a row, then missed 3 in a row. Queenland out of the pack, snap it ahead. Rogers. Queenland got it. That's an area where she has worked somewhat. And it paid off on that attempt. 13-10. McKechnie again.
Well, McKechnie got the basket, but that was great passes inside. Very, very quick. Started out front with Valmores. What a great start.
This is McKechnie's third opportunity to convert a three-point play. She has missed all three.
Well, she hasn't been good from the line, but she's been outstanding from the field. 8 points already.
She knows her way around the paint, and she's very agile. Rogers and Queenland play catch up the floor, and broken up and stolen by Gonzalez. And a return steal by Queenland, who's called for the foul. Victor Pitt furious up off that Troubadours bench.
Boy, I do not envy these officials tonight, because they are going to get an earful no matter which way they make the call.
2 fouls on Naja Queenland, 18 fouls now. Substitution for the Troubadours. Queenland out, and the outstanding junior Margaret Chavez on for the Troubs. Number 22, and Victor Pitton looking for big things from her. Bonus free throwing upcoming for Alicia Gonzalez. The Falcons have stumbled from there, but Gonzalez puts him back on the right track. Hitting the first, she'll get the bonus. Birch sits down to perhaps get a remainder of the quarter rest, but that 152 is a long time. This crowd buzzing and ready to erupt. She missed the second. Mannering saved it, and Chavez rips it away. Troubadours have it. Kyle Wazi ahead to Frank, who is fouled after taking a little shuffle to Buffalo.
Yeah, McKechnie looked like, I thought she had pretty good position that time. And Frank tried to go around her, and she got the benefit of the call that time.
Well, Rachel has her first point of the ball game. A very steady guard, forward, versatile player, good defender, good speed. 1 out of 2. Here's McKechnie again. Well, if they don't figure out some way to stop that, it's going to be a long night. Broken up and stolen by McKechnie. 5 turnovers on the Troubadours here in the first quarter. Up the floor. Valmores to Gonzalez. Take it inside strong and draw a foul. Sammy Early.
There she is again. So far, they have no answer for McKechnie.
The foul was called on Chavez, placing Early at the line, and Sammy misses number 1. So Abby Dow back in, replacing Mannering, who gets a word from Vic Pitton at the bench. Number 2, also a miss. Tapped by McKechnie to keep it alive for Gonzalez. Layup missed. Travel and a turnover.
I was just going to say that's a pretty good move by Gonzalez, but looked like she may have taken too many steps.
Broken up. Another turnover. Here's Gonzalez defended by Frank with less than a minute to go in the first. Nicely done. Tough luck on that miss by Cantiller. Frank out and Balbier's in for St. Francis. Cantiller to McKechnie, easy money.
Man, she's just a sophomore to have that kind of start in this kind of game.
They beat the press. Here's Dow. Kyle Wazzie the miss. Chavez to Kyle Wazzie. Short J missed and McKechnie boards it. Cantiller out of the pack. Full speed. Ahead. Take it strong. And again drawing the foul is Sammy Early.
There she is again, McKechnie, the 6-foot sophomore. Nice little hook shot down low.
Sammy Early in utter disbelief that she was called for the foul. There you see Peñalosa, 13 into the ball game for St. Francis. Troubadours trailing 20-11. Another steal. Gonzalez, 1-on-3, a layup, down! 5 seconds left. Rogers, feed low, and they do not beat the buzzer. We have played one, and the visiting Falcons are roaring. We'll be right back.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP. We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3.
Well, Happy New Year, everyone. Nice to have you with us. Alicia Gonzalez completes the steal and drive to score off the glass, and after one, Christian Brothers has doubled the Troubadours' total, leading 20-11 as we open second quarter action. In that first period, Kira McKechnie, 6 buckets for 12 of their 22. But if things start to wobble a little bit for Christian Brothers, they can look back on a first quarter in which they shot 4 out of 13 at the foul line.
Yeah, they have to really hope that that doesn't come back and kill them in this game.
Queenland trapped by Birch. Break up and steal by McKechnie. Valmores, Gonzalez, drive Rogers, a miss. There's Frank now sending it ahead. Morris, air ball. Valmores quickly outlet to Birch, send it ahead. McKechnie beats everyone back and misses the layup. Birch saves it, it's on the floor. Out of bounds to St. Francis. Man, I'm very impressed with McKechnie's agility, speed, and athleticism.
And that time she was out running the break. That wasn't, a low post pass.
Got a hand on that lead pass. Meantime, Dow caught in the paint. Here's Rogers. Got it. 3 balls for Susie Rogers. She's in for 5 of their 14. Morris still defending Valmores. The veteran guard cautiously up the floor. Back cut, Birch, layup, down!
Well, you talked in the early going about what a difference Valmores could make, and she has.
Frank right through the defense and draws a foul.
Now there's a shot, and down they go. Susie Rogers. And you can really get back in the game quickly hitting those. And then there's the pass down to Birch. Great combination there, Valmorris and Birch.
So Frank will be at the stripe. McKechnie really questioning that foul call. It's the second personal on the 6-foot sophomore. Frank misses number 1. 2 subs in for Christian Brothers. McNeely 32 and Sammy Early number 1. Missed them both, missed them short. Morris has the rebound, loses the rock. It goes to Dow. Rogers, another 3-ball. Badly needed buckets for the home team. 24-17. Christian Brothers. Gonzalez travels and turns it over. Beverly Kyle Wazzie back in for St. Francis, replacing Frank. And into the ball game for Christian Brothers, as we mentioned, Dominic McNeely. Morris left alone. Baseline J is money. Undefended. St. Francis within 5 now. Valmorris gets past. Here's a chippy knocked in.
Wow.
McNeely has her first points. This is one of those open J's there for Boris. She's had a couple of those tonight.
Yeah, you cannot leave her open. You have to get a hand up in her face.
Queenland, runner, a miss. Nice rebounding effort by Gonzalez in a crowd there. Outlet to Birch. Sends it ahead. And another charge called on Sammy Early. Wow.
We talked about keeping your composure in this game. One thing that I think both players on both teams have to think about is how are the officials going to call this game? You have to be aware of that. You can't just say the officials will call it one certain way. They have to be aware of it and adjust to the way it's being called.
Baseball up the floor. Queenland. Kyle Wazzie who juggles, but Dow comes up with it. Left-handed shot, banked home.
That was a nice looking shot. I'm not sure if that was intentional, but it was nice.
Back at the other end. A travel called on McNeely, and Coach Ron Gulley wondering how she got knocked down. Let's spin the replay dial.
Now watch this shot, left-handed shot up and in by Abby Dow.
It's a 30. We'll keep it right here. And a spirited comeback by St. Francis, chopping the 10-point deficit in half here. Trailing now 26-21. And as you see, the Troubadours huddle right there, they got some big spark off the bench. And when Rogers re-entered the contest, she looked like a different player.
Yeah, it looked like she needed to go to the bench, calm down a little bit. She came out, hit 2 huge three-pointers. And then for Christian Brothers, they have to really adjust without McKechnie in there. They really relied on her in the first quarter, and she's on the bench right now.
So Queenland will inbound. Early here in the second quarter, fakes the baseball and goes short to Rogers. She's doubled. Gets the ball up the floor to Dow. Kyle Wazzie's poor pass broken up. And twice, Christian Brothers had near steals there. As you see Victor Pitton and Ron Gulley working that sideline. Queenland juggles but controls. Unbelievable. So Birch is going to be called for a foul. Ron Gulley wondering if he's seeing the same game.
8th team foul.
So Kyle Wazzy sits down. Gonzalez back on the floor for the Falcons as Washburn takes the seat. So Queenland back to the line. Her first trip up there this evening, and she misses the front, but the follow-up by Boris.
You have to like the way Boris got inside position, reversed her pivot, and put that one in. She's got 6 now.
Val Morris to Birch. We haven't seen her get aggressive on offense yet. A fine all-around player. Outside shot on the way. Down!
Oh.
Knocked home by Cantiller.
High arching shot. It comes down perfectly.
Held ball tie-up coming here at midway second at the 4:15 mark. Let's spin the replay dial.
That was Boris down low, that little reverse pivot inside. Great job getting the rebound. Way out. Look how high that is. And it is perfect.
Far side inbound. Birch to Val Morris. Feed low. Yes. Easy money. McNeely banks it home. Dow to Queenland. In a crowd. Tough luck. Great rebounding effort.
Whoa.
And Queenland is flipped over by McNeely on the held ball.
That's just 2 aggressive players going for the rebound. I didn't see anything really one-sided about that. Just 2 players wanting the basketball. You expect that in a game tonight. There you see it. And they both had possession and just flipped her on over. I like that aggressive play.
So Birch sits down. Foul trouble already starting to surface here as Queenland inches there. Val Morris up courts to Cantillier. Doubled. Fouled, but no call. Up court lead, grabbed by Gonzalez. Down low, layup. Down! Again, McNeely.
So McNeely doing an outstanding job replacing McKechnie, and she goes up and under.
Morris, open daylight shooting, not this time. Abby Dow, whirling hook is good.
Another aggressive rebound. That time Abby Dow gets it, brings it on in.
Up the floor strong, we got a whistle. And they're going to call Val Morris for an extended arm foul as we see the chippy knocked in.
McNeely 6 points off the bench in place of McKechnie, who had 12.
Rachel Frank back in for St. Francis, replacing Ashley Kalwazi at the 3:08 mark. Ashley Kalwazi still into the ball game, along with Frank, Morris, Abby Dow, and Queenland. Break up and steal. Val Morris 2-on-1 layup. Down! (35-27) Queenland take it all the way. Everybody in the gym saw that travel except the officials. Wowee.
Val Morris all the way, doing it on the offensive end. She has really done a great job handling this pressure, and she that time got the blocking call on Queenland, so she'll step up to the line.
That's 3 fouls now on Naja Queenland, and there just has to be some point in time, some point in the game where your discretion overrides your impulse. Because if these players are on the bench in foul trouble, they can't do what they're supposed to do for their ball club. She sits down, checking in for her first appearance, Sarah England. Wow, Val Morris has had quite a roller coaster ride here at the foul line. She hit 3 in a row, now she's missed 5 in a row. Wow, no foul, simply the ball being awarded to St. Francis. Again, our game officials tonight from the NCOA, Courtney Mack, our referee, and the umpire, Jamie Stowell. Frank has it tapped away from behind. Careless turnover. So let's see how Christian Brothers handles the opportunity. Up by half a dozen here with just over 2 minutes remaining in the first half. We want to remind you that our Randy Routier will be interviewing head coach Ron Gully. Underneath the layup, down again. McNeely is wearing it out. 4 second quarter buckets in the paint. Picked off by McNeely. Wide open Gonzalez. Down! Back to a 10-point bulge, 39-29. Boris tries to answer, cannot, but Dow runs it down.
There's McNeely. What a job off the bench, Will. That's just unbelievable how well she's played. Gonzalez bounces outside and hits it.
So with 1:37 left here in the first half, Dow to the stripe. She's had 2 second quarter buckets, but misses from the foul line. Sign of fatigue. England out. The Kyle Wazzies are in, along with Dow, Rogers, and Frank. 1 out of 2. 39-30. Cantillier. Corner jumper, Gonzalez. No. But an offensive board. McNeely is just making the Troubadours pay the price. So Beverly Kalwazi called for her second personal foul. McNeely wobbles home the free throw. Well, she's had quite a second quarter here, 9 points off the bench. Boris in, Beverly Kalwazi out, and Frank out. 40-30. Number 2 on the way. McNeely got it. Rogers gets around Cantillier, feeds Dow, and throws it away. I wouldn't be surprised if the Troubadours have in excess of 15 turnovers in this half. More subs on the floor. Dow, Rogers, Frank, and the Kyle Wazzies for St. Francis with 1:10 to go in the half. Valmores handling out there with Gonzalez, Cantillier, McNeely, and the excellent Sammy Early. Here's Early. Not this time. A good save by Cantillier, but it goes to Kyle Wazzie. 45 seconds to go in the half. A travel and a turnover on Ashley Kawawazi at the 30-foot distance undefended. So the Falcons take the rock with 41 seconds to go. Cantillier to Val Morris, defended there by Beverly Kawawazi. Now doubled by Ashley. Cantillier, back rim, no. Ashley Kawawazi the rebound, 25 seconds to go. Rogers has her pass tipped and stolen by Cantillier, who's fouled by Ashley Kawawazi. Victor Pitton staying calm. Last Saturday against Archbishop Mitty of San Jose, his Troubadours were down in excess of 20 in the first half, battled back to get within 5 in that game. Free throw, Cantillier. Her 4th point. Substitution, St. Francis. Makina Strand into the ball game for the Troubadours, number 4. And 43. "15 seconds to go. Strand has it tapped away. Cantillier comes up with it. 1-on-1. Rogers back, a layup missed. Crashed the board from behind McNeely. And a travel and turnover on St. Francis. Cantillier to inbound, baseline right. Lobs out high. Belmoris, a runner high off the glass. And there is the buzzer ending an explosive first half by the Christian Brothers Falcons, who have soared now to a 13-point cushion over host St. Francis in a top 10 battle. The Falcons number 10, Troubadours number 5. And momentarily we'll be joining Randy Routier, who has managed to corral Christian Brothers head coach Ron Gully, and we'll get his thoughts on the first half of action. Let's turn our attention to Randy Routier and Ron Gully. Well, we'll get back to Randy in just a moment here as we've begun the intermission here at St. Francis High. And Christian Brothers with a dynamite second quarter explosion have roared to largest lead of 43-30. A sellout crowd here at Troubadours Gym. 1,200 advance sales of game tickets were made for this contest. A renewal of Holy Hoop. Let's check in with Randy and Ron Gully. Rand?
The first half is in the books. And, Coach, first of all, just a few words about this outstanding environment we've got tonight.
Well, it's a tribute to both the schools, both excellent schools and great students, and they're proud of their schools, and they show up to support their schools, and you see what you see right now.
And I thought your team did really a great job of handling that pressure. St. Francis brings it all night long, all over the court. How do you think your team did?
We did well. We're young, but we have 2 solid seniors on our team out there, and we have 5 freshmen, and they all can play. And we've had a brutal preseason, so we're ready for this kind of stuff.
Sorry about that. Last question. What kind of things will you say to your team at halftime here?
Well, just be calm, take care of the ball, box out. That's all you can do.
All right, well, good luck in the second half. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
All right, what an outstanding first half. Coach Goley maybe underplaying a little bit, but he's got to be happy. Will?
Thank you, Randy. We're also going to get the interview here with Athletic Director Mark McGreevy here in his first year as the Director of Athletics at St. Francis High School. And let's spin it back to him. Well, he's still making his way over there, but meantime, you can see the avalanche of activity out here in this sold-out environment with a long shot contest in progress here at St. Francis High School. But this non-league game has attracted the attention of lots of the basketball community in the Sacramento area, labeled as Holy Hoop. And the 2013 edition is off to a raging start after one half as the visiting Christian Brothers Falcons really turned it on in the second quarter before this packed house and jumped to the big lead. Let's turn to Randy. He's standing by with Mark. Randy?
I'm with the new athletic director, Mark McGreevy, here at St. Francis High. First of all, Mr. McGreevy, welcome.
Oh, thanks. It's great to be here. It's great to have you on campus.
And we were talking about the environment, but this is really what you hope to see at a high school event, isn't it?
Absolutely. I think this is, I played high school basketball, and this is the what kind of juiced you. You know, you had everybody loud and back and forth with the crowd, and this rivalry is something special in many ways, and largely because these girls have been playing each other since they were 3 feet high, in the PAL and that kind of thing. So when you got a rivalry, a packed house, it's loud and fun, and you can't ask for more than that.
Yeah, the fans couldn't be any more into it than they are right now, and it's going to be a wild, wild finish.
It is. Yeah, these are two teams that pride themselves on the press and grinding the other team down, and so it's going to be interesting as we go further into the game. Who's going to win out on that? Who's going to win on the conditioning and that kind of thing? So I'm excited to see the second half.
And I know that you had. And I know that you had some interesting jobs. You've done a lot of different things athletically.
Yep.
And what was it about St. Francis and this school that brought you here?
Well, we were looking, part of it's family reasons. My in-laws are in the Auburn area. I've got a sister-in-law here in Sacramento. And I think the professional and the personal goals kind of met here. I've got 3 little girls that are just about at high school age or in a couple of years. And so to be able to contribute something professionally to something I can turn around and give my own girls and be near family was very exciting, while still using my experience and education in sport management. Then it was an ideal fit.
And I did want to thank you for everything you've done for our crew here in Access Sacramento. It's just really outstanding, so thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. It's great having you guys. We've had a great fall, a lot of great success in the fall, and we did have a tragedy on campus, losing a faculty member right before the holidays. But it's shown so much about what this community is about. From the outside, I knew it was a strong academic school. I knew it was strong in visual and performing arts and certainly athletics. But being able to be here for the last couple months and seeing the community in the highs and lows really has been really affirming about how special St. Francis is. And so can't ask for more than that.
All right, thank you very much, and we wish you the best in this coming school year.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for coming to campus. We'll see you again.
All right, thank you very much. And a little bit about the new athletic director here. And we will be set for more exciting second half action. Let's give it back to Will James.
Thank you very much, Randy. At the intermission, visiting Christian Brothers on top, 43-30 over host St. Francis. You won't want to miss the second half. Lots more to come here on Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
One shot this.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you in one shot this.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you in one shot this.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you in one shot this.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
Welcome back. We're not far off from third quarter action here at St. Francis High. Let's turn our attention to Randy Routier. He is standing by with St. Francis head coach Victor Pitton. Randy?
All right, Coach, we got just one quick question before second half starts. What kind of things did you talk to your team about?
Well, we have to stop their dribble penetration. We have to get back on defense because they're beating us in transition, and we have to be able to rotate down. So if they do make penetration, they're not making the dump-off pass into the post. And then on offense, we got to run our offense a lot better than we did.
We wish you the very best in the second half. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's get ready for the second half. It should be outstanding.
Thank you very much, Randy. Victor Pitton, of course, veteran mentor with 3 section championships under his belt. I'm sure he had some choice recommendations for his players in the locker room here at the intermission. And St. Francis will have the basketball as we open third quarter action. Queenland will inbound. And here's Susie Rogers into the front court. We're underway here in the second half. Frank left open, misses short, skids off. Rogers boards it, but misses the putback, and it's out of bounds to Christian Brothers. Gonzalez beats Rogers up the floor. Take it all the way down. He was just talking about transition defense in the interview, I believe. 45-30. Boris has her shot blocked, a flat-footed block by McKechnie. Mannering grabs her shirt from behind. And here's Queenland for a layup. Birch. Valmores down. 3 ball.
Wow, how impressive has she been tonight? Running the point, doing everything. Then you pop outside, hit a big 3.
Boris called for the charge. Another look.
There's Gonzalez all the way down, and she's outstanding. She can take the ball, rebound it, and then dribble all the way down. There's Queenland. She'll have to do a lot more of that here in the second half. And then Valmores now.
Well, it's her first game back after missing 7 consecutive contests with the concussion. And considering all that, playing well. Outside shot, down! Dropped by Serena Munoz, the veteran guard, with her first points. The St. Francis lead is stretched to 19. Frank swatted by McKechnie, grabbed by Gonzalez. The Falcons are flying. Layup, missed, but a foul on Rogers.
Boy, so impressed with so many players on the court tonight. There you go. That three way outside. Munoz. There's a good look at Serena. Boy, if Christian Brothers starts popping those threes like that, it will be really hard for the Troubadours to get back into this game.
Well, I have to agree with you there. On last Saturday's ball game that we saw, they looked like they were dead in the water against Midi and somehow put together that amazing second half run. But right now, Christian Brothers is playing extremely well.
Yeah, very impressed with the togetherness that they've all played with. You know, McKechnie went down and you thought, well, there might be a little bit of a drop-off, but then McNeely comes in, she lit it up as well.
And the fact is, McKechnie and Birch were both on the bench with 3 fouls when Christian Brothers made that run. 1 out of 2 from the stripe. Up court lead goes to Abby Dow. Stolen away by Birch. 2-on-1. Rogers back. Feed Gonzalez. Down!
How unselfish by Birch to give that up.
No Moss. No Moss. Timeout taken. It's a full. And we're going to step back and exhale ourselves. 5:50 early third. And the Falcons are flying high.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP. We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsport.
Gonzalez with the steal and drive, misses the chippy but saves it. And the Falcons control. Valmore is another 3-ball. Wow.
You think she's happy to be back? She's all over the court.
Another St. Francis turnover, 2-on-1, and Birch is fouled by Rogers. Oh my goodness.
Valmora steps out, hits her second 3 here in this second half. And there's Birch, who I'm impressed by how unselfish she is.
Well, this has been a highly impressive run spanning the second and third quarters here by the Falcons. They have turned up the heat. And quite frankly, the Troubadours have not been able to match that Christian Brothers intensity. Valmore sits down and gets a nice little hand. Back off the bench as we see Victor Pitton talking things over. Washburn. Burroughs, Birch 1 out of 2. Queenland scores. Who's minding the store? McNeely, about as open as you can get, and if I wouldn't want to be at practice on Monday here on this court. Break up. Kalwazi, air ball long.
What a move by Queenland. She really has to be a little more selfish maybe here in the second half. And McNeely all alone. What a game off the bench.
That was a beautiful jackknife move with the hang time. Birch snapping up the floor on a pass there to Cantillier. Poor pass picked off by Queenland. Here's a run out. Gonzalez after her and cannot prevent the layup. Steal, drive, and layup. Naja Queenland with all 6 Troubadours points here in the third. Birch to Cantillier. They beat the press easily. Break up by Chavez. Nicely done. Whistling a foul against Christian Brothers.
There you go. There's Queenland. And Gonzalez thought about giving the foul and then let her go.
McKechnie back in for Christian Brothers. McNeely sits down. We're midway third, 4-minute mark. Queenland misses from long range and Frank misses the putback. Birch rebounds, loses it, and Queenland sticks it in. Valmores to Gonzalez. Another 3-ball. Wow.
Everyone getting involved in the long-range bombing for Christian Brothers here in the second half.
Rachel Frank. Chavez, short. Chavez follow. Up and under.
Good job by Chavez that time. Now she gets back on defense, knocks it away to prevent the fast break, but went inside, did not get frustrated, got in there and got the bucket. And now there's Gonzalez. She can do it all, handle the ball, rebound it, and jumps back and hits a 3.
She's got 14 points in the ball game. Meanwhile, McKechnie turn and fire and miss. Queenland rebounds. To the corner. Chavez short. Up to the board. Valmores, who's triple teamed but gets it out to Gonzalez. A botched transition opportunity, but a foul against St. Francis. It's going to be called on Ball Beers.
And I tell you, the Falcons have not botched too many of them. They've been pretty successful.
Open daylight shooting, short this time on a 3-ball from Valmores. Frank barrels into the defender and gets called for the charge. Standing tough, Sammy Early.
Well, in that first half, Early didn't like some of the calls that went against her, so that time I think she said, well, turnabout's fair play, watch this.
So Frank leaves the contest. Let's take another look at that.
Close. They've all been very close. She can call them either way.
Valmores gets out of trouble, break the press, but the long lead is over McKechnie's head.
And we talked about McKechnie being the super sophomore. Probably didn't mention McNeely, just a freshman. Boy, future looks pretty bright.
Loose ball handling. Here's Gonzalez. She misses the left-handed layup. Back comes Queenland, who's fouled from behind by Gonzalez.
Yeah, and that would go under the category of frustration foul. Gonzalez missed a shot at the end, decided to make up for it back on the defensive side. That was a foul, and she'll sit down. Outstanding. Just a tremendous player. Not happy, but
Chavez inbounds. Kyle Wazzy, Ashley, DeBoris, down low. Strand misses the bank. Queenland to follow up. Fast break the other way. McKechnie misses. Out of bounds to Christian Brothers.
There's Queenland, and here in the second half, she's doing what she has to do. She's not, hogging the ball or taking too many shots. She's trying to get her team back in this game. In the first half, she was in the flow. It just didn't work out.
She's got 10 in the quarter, 18 for the game. It's a short timeout, so we'll keep it here as we see Ron Gully for the Falcons and his ball club playing extremely well. Despite a rash of turnovers, they've played tremendous on the road tonight.
And when you look at their overall record, 7-6, that is very misleading, because people that haven't been following them might look and say, well, 7-6, but if you don't know that Val Morez hasn't been playing in those games, and what a world of a difference she makes.
Plus the schedule they've played against
Right.
St. Mary's, Kennedy twice, Oak Ridge, Sacred Heart Cathedral, Miramonte. It's a good ball club. Val Morez badgered by Boris. Into the post. McKechnie turn and fire. Short. Follow up. Tough luck. Again. Fouled. Most likely by Chavez. Two fouls now on Margaret Chavez. So McKechnie to the stripe, where she has struggled this evening. Misfiring on all three attempts. And we can see where she needs to put in the extra time.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Will, that this young lady is going to be going to the free throw line an awful lot. She's going to have to get better and really make teams pay when they foul her.
Queenland up court. Kyle Wazzy walking all over the place. Strand, meanwhile, misses short. And the rebound, Sammy Early. Out of bounds to St. Francis. Munoz unable to get to it. We're in the final minute, 22nd of the third. It's been all Christian Brothers since mid-second. Kyle Wazzy, a launch and a miss. McKechnie to Birch. Valmores, 2-on-2, layup, a miss. Strand rebounds. Queenland, Kyle Wazzy, Boris, knocks over McKechnie, no call. Turnover on the inbound. Chavez to Kyle Wazzy. She's 0 for 5 from out there. McKechnie rebound, outlet to Birch, 4-on-2. Oh yes, Neo Valmores as they beat the entire St. Francis team down the floor.
Once again, Birch being very unselfish. She'll give it to whoever's got a chance to score.
Strand's pass picked by McKechnie, up court lead, Valmores, yes. 23-point cushion now enjoyed by Ron Gully's ball club. A team he said had been struggling the last 4 games, coming off 3 losses out of those 4. But tonight, putting it together, Queenland, a long miss. And we have played 3. And at the third quarter break, 67-44, Christian Brothers is rolling. Stay with us.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
One shot at this.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you. One shot at this.
Well, Neil Valmores is a welcome sight to Ron Gully and all Christian Brothers fans. Her first ball game since missing 7 straight from a concussion, and she is playing beautifully tonight. "17 points in the ball game for the 4-year varsity standout, including 10 in the third quarter with a couple of threes. So long ways for St. Francis to go. Rogers misses long. Boris rebounds, but it's picked away by Gonzalez. Valmores misses the half hook, follows it up and misses again. Whistle and a foul as Frank was scrapping with Washburn.
St. Francis foul number 5, Rachel Frank, 3rd.
3 fouls on Frank now. Dow in, Beverly Kalwazi in, Chavez and Rogers sit down. So Nikki Washburn looking for her first point of the ball game, and she's in the scoring column. Both ball clubs have deep benches, but Ron Gully's Falcons bench has been dynamite tonight. 69-44. Queensland, the sole bright spot for the Troubadours thus far. Morris turns it over. A ton of turnovers for both squads and lousy free throwing, but it's still been a most entertaining ball game. From the line tonight, unofficially, Christian Brothers just 10 of 25, while the Troubadours 4 of 11.
And one thing about coaches, they're never satisfied, so that will definitely give both of these coaches a lot of things they can talk about and have their team work on.
Intercepted by Queensland. She snaps it back. And losing the rock is Ball Beers. A turnover. Gonzalez comes to meet the ball. That's the way it's done. 3-on-2. Valmores, a long miss. And a tangle of bodies, but putting it back in is McNeely.
A lot of contact under there, and McNeely does not back down, does not back away. And remember, she's just a freshman.
Abby Dow has the bucket and draws the foul.
So there's a turnover. Here comes the trap. And then Gonzalez down to the other end she goes. I love those goggles. And watch all the bodies hitting the floor, and the final result was McNeely gets the basket.
So Abby Dow knocks down 3. Nice up-court look. Valmores advances the ball. Christian Brothers with the rock. Troubadours gambling everywhere. Wild skirmishing right now. Queensland up the floor, helter-skelter. Off-balance shot, missed, and McKechnie boards it. steal by Balbiers, who misses the chippy at point-blank range. Queensland short. Dow crashed the board and forced a held ball.
Well, in that sequence there, I think what you see by the Troubadours is the score right now a little bit lopsided, but this is like what they did against Mitty. No matter what the score was, they kept coming, they kept hustling. The effort was already there. Execution obviously has to be improved, but the effort's there.
Birch working the ball up the floor against Beverly Kyle Wazee. Gets it to Valmores. Gonzalez feeds low. And the layup is down by Dituro, who's just into the ball game and has a bucket.
Wow, I don't know how that pass got there from Gonzalez, but it did.
Wow, McKechnie tough on the glass. Valmores to Birch. Long shot on the way. A miss, but a McKechnie follow-up. And a foul, I believe, by Frank. Wow. Number 4 on Frank.
Shot misses, and McKechnie has been there all night long. Number 33 puts it back in. And one thing about the 2 6-footers for Christian Brothers, they can run the court.
It should also be noted, and unfortunately so, that 6-foot junior post Deja Tillman has been lost for the year by the Falcons. She had knee surgery recently, and another of their promising underclassmen, but we'll see more of her. Birch ahead to McKechnie. It's tapped around and picked up by Rogers. Chavez. Chavez a follow. Birch tough on the glass with Queenland over her back. I've got 4 on Queenland with my arithmetic. It comes at the 4:40, nearing midway fourth, and Christian Brothers sitting on top of what appears to be a rather insurmountable lead. Birch to the stripe. Only contributing 5 points this evening, but in the other categories contributing a ton.
I definitely feel like Birch, if she wanted to go that way, you know, she could average 15 points a game. I don't think there's any question about that. But right now, they don't need her to score a lot of points.
2 out of 2 for Birch. 77-47. A 30-point bulge. Into the post, Birch to McKechnie, got it. Wow.
Again, 2 passes before it goes into Birch, and then she lays it in. It's been that way all night.
Strand misses in close, and Birch rebounds.
See? Pass, and dump it inside, and McKechnie has done such a great job. There she goes, sophomore. Started out fast and has stayed that way throughout most of the game, except at the free throw line.
So at the 4:01 mark, a good close-up there of Christian Brothers guard Giselle Cantillier. And as we mentioned earlier, boy, their bench has just come through. And again, we haven't seen Tillman, who's injured, and also Mia Berenguer on the injured list. So Strand sits down. Into the contest for St. Francis, number 1, Kristen Lau. Here's Queenland up the floor, through everybody, 1-on-5 and a miss. McKechnie a rebound. Ahead to Birch. Full speed that way, yes! Anna Birch.
That's exactly what I mean. Now she makes the steal and gives it off. Now she could have laid that one up herself, but she looks for her teammates. Very unselfish.
Out of bounds. Rogers was on the line. Let's take a look at Anna Birch.
Look at that speed, that burst. She could do that a lot if that's what the team needed. Now she comes back. She makes the steal, gives it off. I'm just so impressed.
There's Berenguer, number 4, her first action tonight. Queenland ahead and off the fingertips of Aaron Stone, out of bounds. .3:17 to go. We want to remind you that at the conclusion of the game, our Randy Routier will be interviewing our players of the game and the winning coach. So you won't want to miss that either. Cantillier takes it strong. Here's Queenland with the rock. She's made her presence felt. Lau misses. And McKechnie a flat foot rebound. Berenguer wheels and deals through traffic. Misses a hard bank, and here's Rogers on the run. Back on defense to prevent the layup. Serena Munoz, the wily veteran guard.
Falcon fans enjoying what they're seeing tonight, and boy, what a crowd we had. This has just been a great event, and tonight, what can you say? It was the Falcons. It was their night.
Hard to argue with that statement as Rogers misses number 1. Number 10 against number 5 in the rankings, and it was number 10's night to bring their A game. Rogers 1 out of 2 from there. 83-48. Broken up and stolen by Queenland. A foul called on Cantillier. And you see Ron Gully. Well, they called it on Berenguer, I guess.
Now I want to ask you, Will, did Coach Goley look like a coach who's ahead 83-48 with 2:22 to go?
No.
Yeah, he's still coaching. He looks like this could be a 1-point game, like maybe he's down by 1. Very intense. And one thing about St. Francis, they've had a lot of success over here. They'll be back. They will put things together and give a much better outing than what has happened tonight.
Sammy Early rebounds and travels. Yes, but what lies ahead is a daunting league schedule, to say the least, in that Delta River with Oak Ridge, Pleasant Grove, Sheldon, and so on and so forth. All glass, and the putback is missed. Try again. Working hard inside for the Troubadours. in limited spot play action. Alex Ellison. Boy, I'll tell you, we've seen some dynamite substitutes tonight come off that Christian Brothers bench. And McNeely has really established herself as a force tonight.
Well, I mean, to have 2 6-footers like that, and then to have them be a freshman and a sophomore, you have to feel good.
Racehorse the other way, the layup missed. Early, fouled. They're playing this right out to the hilt. No concession by either team.
St. Francis fouled 15 yards, stolen first personal. Number 1, standing early in the line, shooting a pair.
Well, when Ron Gully sees his free throw stats for this game, he'll wonder how he got 83 up. Make it 84. 84-48, turn the numbers around. Full speed and a driving layup knocked down. No bucket. Disallowed the basket on the drive, but the charge. Raven Robinson. Courtney Mack and Jamie Stowell have monitored this game for the NCOA. Victor Pitton wants to know why they're not counting the bucket if the foul occurred after the basket went in. Early badgered, but she gets the ball now to Berenguer and now Cantillier. Wow. So we're into the final minute 40 of this contest that did not quite materialize as we thought it would in terms of a cliffhanger down to the bitter end. But boy, we saw a show tonight. A whistle and a foul.
Well, I would have to say it's hard for me to imagine that there are 9 teams better than this Christian Brothers team that we saw tonight. I don't know, maybe this was the best game they played, I'm not sure, but I can't imagine there are that many teams in this area better than what we saw tonight.
Well, this was no fluke. They have had some tremendous performances, and the fact that they knuckled up with St. Mary's of Stockton and played them within 11. And 3 of the 4 quarters were virtually dead even. That proved it to me. 84-50. So we'll dispatch Randy down to floor level to get our interview set up. And banking another one home, McNeely. $86.50. Boy, okay, we'll take another look at that. Nicely done by McNeely. Dominique, 10 in the first half, and 6 more here in the second, all off the bench. A block. There's a long outlet. McNeely, pump fake, and bank it home. Man, she's making a living out there. 88-50. Let's take a look. McNeely is off the bench tonight for 18 points, and she has played like a veteran. But believe me, it's no mistake that says she's a freshman, a 6-foot freshman guard forward. There's Berenguer now with 30 seconds to go in the contest. Early in traffic, misses the underhand flip. The putback, tough luck. It rolls off on the near miss by Angelica DeTuro. So out of bounds to the Troubadours in the final 15 seconds here. Long shot on the way, a miss. Berenguer rebounds and draws a foul here with 4.8. I believe we've had an even 450 fouls called here tonight. But in spite of that, Ron Gully's Christian Brothers Falcons have let it be known that they are back. Total team effort by this well-balanced ball club. 1 out of 2. And that is the ball game. The Christian Brothers Falcons ranked number 10 coming into this contest with a 7-6 mark, and losers of 2 straight put it all together tonight here at St. Francis High School and bop the number 5 Troubadours by a final count of 89-50 as we see the good sportsmanship here at the conclusion of the game. It was a wild night here at St. Francis with a crowd of 1,200, a sellout, packed house, but it was the visitors who came up big this evening. Christian Brothers stopping St. Francis by a count of 89-50. And we see the continued jubilation, and there's gracious head coach Victor Pitton of St. Francis. And he knows that his ball club will have better days. We invite you to stay with us for the post-game segment. When we come back, our Randy Routier will be visiting with our players of the game and have a brief chat with winning head coach Ron Gully when we return.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you in one shot at this.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you in one shot at this.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you in one shot at this.
from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you and one-shot this.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you and one-shot this.
Well, the verdict is in, and the decision is final this evening at St. Francis High School, where a crosstown rivalry that heated up last year and carried over to this evening was a rather one-sided affair when the smoke finally cleared. Christian Brothers High, ranked number 10 coming in, took out number 5 St. Francis with a tremendous second half flurry in posting an 89-50 victory this evening, and quite definitely made a point and made a statement with an overpowering performance that solidified a number of their players. Let's join Randy Routier. Well, before we join Randy, we'll go ahead and introduce our players of the game, and I think they played terrific. Point guard Neil Valmores, in her return after a 7-game absence due to injury, has a stellar performance of 19 points and a terrific floor game to lead the way for the winners. And Naja Queenland, the sole bright spot for the St. Francis Troubadours. And we will join Randy Routier. He is standing by with Naja Queenland. Randy?
Thank you, and it's the end of the game, and we are with our player of the game from St. Francis, Naja Queenland. And Naja, that was a great environment to start the game, and it just didn't quite go your way.
Yeah, we definitely could have did better, but I feel like if we bounce back and just go back to practice on Monday and just work on the little things like boxing out and executing our plays and rebounding and everything, like we'll bounce back and be ready if we see them in the playoffs.
Now, in the second half, did you feel kind of a responsibility to step it up a little bit and try to bring your team back into it? It looks like you thought, I need to make a spark.
Yeah, I definitely did, and that usually happens in games. Like, I try to step up the second half more if I see, like, we're kind of struggling and everything, and hopefully, like, if I miss, like, my team will get the rebound and stuff. But it's more like, hopefully if I bring the pressure, then someone else will step up, and then if I'm going on a fast break, now that I just scored, then I can pass the ball if my teammate's open and everything. So it's kind of like whatever comes to me.
All right, well, you had an outstanding game tonight. And what has your experience been like here at St. Francis?
It's actually been really great. Like transferring in my sophomore year, I was nervous, like, it's an all-girls school and everything, but the one thing that if I ever have doubts, the one thing that makes me like really happy here is that I get a really good education, and that's what like really matters to me and my mom.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you stopping by, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thanks.
All right. And we move on, and now our player of the game and the winning coach with us. And first of all, how'd it feel to be back?
It feels great. I'm so excited. I have so much adrenaline pumping through me just the entire game.
And I think everyone watching at home could see that, because I was talking to Will and saying she's all over the court, inside, outside, and you did an outstanding job handling that defensive pressure.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. It was a team thing. I couldn't get the ball up, but they weren't there to receive it. So, I don't know. I'm just really proud of the whole team for coming together.
And what was it like for you having to watch those games when you couldn't play? It must have been really hard.
Yeah, it was kind of rough. I've never sat out that long, but it kind of showed me what I needed to bring back when I was back, and I think that it worked tonight. So it was good.
Well, congratulations, an outstanding game. Really fun to watch you play. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. And our coach tonight, Coach Goalie. At halftime we talked to you. You seemed like you were a little tense, like we still got a lot. How'd that second half work out?
They did what we needed to do, and we took care of the ball, rebounded, executed, and then we just kind of tried to slow them down a little bit, use the clock. And thanks to Neil right there and all the other girls, it was our night. They're a very good team, a lot better than they showed tonight. It was just our night. I mean, that's what it was.
It was your night, but you're a pretty good team as well. You have a lot in common with St. Francis, but do you look at their program and kind of look at that's kind of how your program wants to be as well?
Yes. Several years ago we didn't play them, and I always wondered why, and we started playing them, and we got them 2 years in a row, but I know they'll be back. So.
Last question, what about that bench you have? It must be nice to be able to bring that kind of quality off the bench, and it doesn't really matter if you're first or second team. Everyone comes off the bench and plays well. Yeah,
we told you before, we're young. We do have 5 freshmen. They all play significant minutes, but Neil outkilled us. It was just tough, but with her back and Anna Birch, we just flow, and tonight we flowed.
Yeah, I would say so. Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck the rest of the way, and I think your team's going to be, I think, a wake-up call for all the teams in the area tonight.
Well, we're healthy now, like we started the season healthy, so, yeah, we'll make some noise. Thank you very much.
All right, and, wow, it was a great atmosphere here, a great performance tonight by Coach Goalie's squad, and can't say enough about the talent we saw. Hope you enjoyed the game. And Will, take it away.
Well, thank you very much, Randy. Certainly no exaggeration by any of those remarks. A stellar performance by the Christian Brothers Falcons tonight from top to bottom on their very deep roster and their excellent rotation. Coach Gully really is doing a nice job over there with the Falcons, and certainly they got off the schneid with those losses at the West Coast Jamboree in grand fashion tonight, stopping an excellent St. Francis ball club 89-50. Certainly better days ahead for Victor Pitton and the Troubadours as they prepare to embark on a tough Delta River League schedule. But tonight it was all Christian Brothers in a resounding victory tonight over the St. Francis Troubadours. Well, Access Sacramento and the Hometown Sports Game of the Week broadcast crew wish to express their collective appreciation to the St. Francis High School administration, particularly Athletic Director Mark McGreevy, and to Play On Sports and Vice President Jeff Kurtz, whose cooperation helped make this cable television internet sports production possible. The Hometown Sports Game of the Week is a special sports presentation of Access Sacramento in association with the Cosumnes River College Television Department and Play-by-Play Sports Productions. For Randy Routier and the entire Hometown Sports Game of the Week broadcast crew, I'm Will James. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we look forward to the next time we can cross your path. So long, everyone.
match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you in one shot.